Pacific Rim Uprising. So the sequel to the 2013 Pacific Rim follows Jake Pentecost. He's the son of Idris Elba's character from the first film, Stacker Pentecost. Jake is what you would consider in this film a street scrapper. He's mainly going around to the abandoned parts where kaijus used to attack, stealing scrap metal, kaiju parts, selling them, black market trading, real illegal stuff. Of course, this lifestyle catches up to him and he eventually does the one thing that is a little too illegal. Still, he gets a little bit of help from his family. His adopted sister, Mako Mori from the first film, offers him a little deal. If he can re-enlist into the Jaeger program as a ranger and trainer to new recruits, they'll make sure he won't end up in prison. Clearly, Jake takes this deal, keeping his butt out of prison, helping train new recruits for a possible kaiju attack that is sooner than they think. And that's all pretty much said without giving any spoilers to you guys. This is a spoiler-free review. I'm just going to tell you what I liked about the film, what I didn't like, hit you with a rating system just like this one, breaking down the elements of the film and giving you a final ranking. Now, obviously, I have to go into my first thoughts of the first film. The first Pacific Rim I thought was okay. I can't even remember if I saw it in theaters or at home. I do remember watching it, and I don't remember it so much that I had to re-watch it just so I can keep an open mind about this sequel, because I was not interested at all. In watching the first film, it was alright. I enjoyed it for what it was, a blockbuster that had a little bit of drama in it. I like Guillermo del Toro's vision for it, trying to make it its own world, the little rules involved, everything. It was nice. I could see the effort put into it, and especially since he just won his Academy Award, congratulations, for Shape of Water. The man's got some skills. However, he decided to step back and give this film to DeKnight. He's mostly known for directing a few Spartan episodes, also writing some of the Daredevil Netflix series stuff, which I enjoyed, haven't seen the Spartan stuff. So I'm willing to give this guy a shot because he does have some credentials that interest me. Walking out of this film, I can say I'm surprised at how much the film surprised me. That's not very clear, is it? I obviously don't want to get into spoilers, so let me just tell you what I did enjoy about this film. So John Boyega as the lead worked out pretty well. Now, like I said, he's nothing like his father was. They do give him a bit of a backstory of why he wasn't around for the first film. And they shoot him off as a bit of a hothead and a person who really doesn't care about his surroundings or other people around him. Obviously, that leaves room for the character to grow throughout the film. He pulled the laughs when he needed to, in my opinion. He has the charisma, he has the charm. The other characters of importance, Scott Eastwood, he plays opposite of John Boyega. He used to be his old pilot back in the training days of the Jaeger program. They kind of have this rivalry, but at the same time, they also have this brotherhood going on where they do respect each other. They just can't always get along. And Scott Eastwood was serviceable, just like he is in almost everything he does. From Suicide Squad to Fate of the Furious, he's there, he presents himself, he does his job. Of course, I'm happy Charlie Day came back in this film, and he actually has a really nice role in the film that surprised the hell out of me, but I was really happy to see him come back. Along with his science friend from the first film, he actually played a little bit of a bigger role in this film, and I actually grew to like the character a lot more than I did in the first film. The action in the film is a bit of a step up, not hugely. I will say the action in the first Pacific Rim did not flatter me all that much, mainly because it was in the dark, hard to follow, even shaky at times. It's comparable to that Transformers where it's just CGI robots going at each other. In this film, however, they did improve on it. They actually slowed it down, which I think was good for the film because these are giant robots fighting against gravity and wind of normal temperatures. I would think they're not as fast as they should be. So in that aspect, it helped with watching the action scenes unfold. Nothing amazing. It did feel like Transformers a bit at times. And the last big positive I'll say about the film is, yeah, there are some surprises and twists in this film that I did not see coming at all. And in fact, I applaud them for not showing it in the trailer. If you're like me, you were watching these trailers and going, this film just doesn't look exciting, doesn't look like anything. It looks like a really basic sequel, which in my opinion, and this isn't a spoiler, I just thought the plot was there's these new recruits, another portal opens up, a few of those monsters come back up, and they have to fight them and save the day. But the film actually does a good job at evolving the story, adding new things while respecting the rules from the first film. So if you're a big fan of Pacific Rim, you're going to really appreciate that they respected those characters. So jumping off that point, I am going to get into the negatives about the film. I am going to say the first film is a better movie overall. especially since Guillermo del Toro just has a lot more films under his belt. He's more experienced, so that film felt more cinematic. All honestly, it feels more like an adapted young teen novel. It feels something like a Maze Runner or a Hunger Games or a Divergent. Just having these young adults be the ones to fight, and they give a sort of explanation or a throwaway line why it's better to have young people in the robots, but it just makes it feel like a step backwards from what the franchise was trying to be. The film also doesn't do a great job with character depth. There's no real backstory, even to John Boyega's character. They really sloppy hand that, and all the other characters who are piloting the other robots might as well be extras in the background, because they really don't show up except for that third final act battle, which is pretty fun to watch. But you don't feel any suspense for them because you're like, I didn't get to know this person, so if this person dies, I'm not gonna care. So for Pacific Rim Uprising, I'm gonna give action 3 stars. I do think it was a step up from the first film. It did handle the hand-to-hand robot and monster fighting a little better in this film, but nothing new was brought on and nothing that we haven't already seen in a Transformers film. Comedy in the film, I'm gonna give it 1.5 stars. I know it's not meant to be a comedy or meant to really be that funny, but if it's going for a blockbuster, you need some comedy to lighten up the moods or keep you having fun, and not all the jokes landed. Drama in the film, I'm gonna give it 2 stars, and solely because of the twist in the film. There is some surprise in there that I think gave it a little oomph and made me a little more interested and keep me through to the end. Horror in the film, I'm gonna give it 0.5 star. Maybe if you bring a little kid and sees a giant monster on the screen, it might just tear up or pee itself. Suspense in the film, I'm gonna give 1.5 star. You know what's gonna happen. It's very cliche at times, and especially since they don't build up the characters and have you like them a lot, you don't feel for them when they're in danger. Casual fans, I'm gonna give it a B+. Cinephiles, I'm gonna give it a B-. And critically, I'm gonna give it a C-. So for Pacific Rim Uprising, I'm gonna suggest you go check this out in the theater. If you got around to seeing the film or are a fan of the first Pacific Rim, please let me know what you thought about this film. I'd be happy to share and comment back to you. Please like this video, subscribe, and come back tomorrow, guys. I'm going to have a review for Ready Player One. I actually read the book. That's right, I'm better than you. So please come back and check out that review. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.